Hello, everyone. This is Rebecca Lombardo, host of VendorVibes and Fractional CMO. Today, I'm here with Shaun from Avantio. Hello, Shaun.
Hey Rebecca, how's it going?
Good. So, what is Avantio, and am I saying it correctly?
Yes, you are. You're saying it correctly. As far as I know, I believe that's right. Thank you by the way, thank you for having me. I think that what you're doing here is really cool. So, really appreciate being a part of it. Avantio is essentially a end-to-end PMS solution. We offer essentially everything a prospect or a customer might need when it comes to their property management software. So we cover everything from the unified inbox with owners, guests, suppliers, cleaners, all the way through to accounting, and then of course channel management, which is one of our big things, the channel management aspect of the system. And then we build beautiful websites for customers as well as perform SEO services too on top of that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, what would you say makes you guys unique? And I know that the answer to this for PMS systems can be lengthy. So, like, what have you heard, or what do you really feel like makes you guys unique?
Yeah, so I think I can answer that because I'm relatively new to the team. I've been here for about 5 months, and for me, the big differentiation or differentiator for the system for Avantio as a whole is, I mean, we've been around for 24 years. So I think in my opinion, in technology alone, that's a long time. But in our space in the vacation rental market, that's a very long time. And uh, been around that long. We operate in 46 countries. So we have a huge footprint and we're a market leader in most of those actually, or a lot of them at least. I think it's an interesting dynamic for us. We have a global view on things, which is kind of new for me to see, and I'm really excited about it. So while we've been around for that long, we also have an extremely modern platform that can still, provide the features and everything that all the newer ones provide. So we're maybe you may call it a legacy platform due to the length of time we've been around, but the system does not appear or function as a legacy platform. It's again very modern and up to date with all the newest stuff coming out right now. So I think that's kind of a unique thing for us.
Very interesting. Okay, so since you operate in so many different areas, do you limit who you work with by size? Like, do they have to have a certain number of properties in order to work with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, we want Avantio to be accessible to everyone, but as long as it's going to make their day to day better, right? So, I think at some point you have to look at a property management software like ours being a fit for someone that needs it. And so for us, that's not necessarily a size thing. It's more of what does their business look like, right? Like we do not try to sell the system to anyone that it's not going to make their day to day better. So for us, we kind of look at each individual case and say, okay, is this going to actually help you? And if the answer is yes, then we go for it. So we are, of course, like primed for the professional property manager, somebody that's managing multiple units connected to, multiple channels where they just need those tools in order to make their day to day better. So that's kind of the way we look at it. We've got people from, 7, 8 units up to, we have one customer with about 7,000 connected to our system. So it ranges. But yeah, I think it's really more about the customer and what their needs are for us.
Okay, so would they need to have anything in place in order to work with you, such as like an accountant or accounting software or website? Like, what do they need to have in place already?
That's a great question. We actually provide all that. So no, they really just need to have the need for what we provide, the need for the tools and for what we offer. And then yeah, we're happy to work with them at that point. So even if it's a company starting out, as long as they're the right kind of demographic that works with a property management software like ours, then absolutely. Like we provide everything that they would need, like I said, from the website all the way through to all the tools that they would need. So yeah, so there's not really any prerequisites there. It's just more along the lines of, are we a good fit for them? And that's a big thing, a big piece of what we do on the sales end is identify the needs of the customer and make sure that they're a good fit for the platform. Because the number one goal for us is to make sure that they're successful with Avantio, and we have a really good track record of retention. So that's super important to us.
So with so much history behind the platform, I would love to hear any stories or anecdotes you can share about happy customers and like why they're so happy with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's being that I'm sort of a newbie over here at Avantio, it's I'm hearing the little things pop up from time to time, and I get kind of little pieces here and there, and I hear about the stories. One really interesting story is a customer here in the US that switched from a different property management platform who was connected to Verbo and some of the other channels. They moved over to Avantio, and we're elite partners of Verbo, by the way, along with Preferred with Airbnb and Premier with Booking.com. So our channel connections are superior. But one of the things that was interesting is Verbo did a case study in particular on this customer. They actually made a 30% gain in Verbo bookings by switching over from that other system to Avantio. And keep in mind that platform is connected to Verbo, but not all connections are equal. So just because they're connected doesn't mean that it's going to be to the degree we are. And to me, that was interesting. Verbo wrote the case study. We didn't write it, so and I can provide it if you need it. But that is one of the interesting things. So I'm hearing things like that quite often. And then the other thing I'll say is just an overall happiness of the customer group that we have. We're not seeing problems left and right with users upset or anything like that. It's actually very refreshing to see the overall vibe, so to say, of the customer set that we have. Everything seems to be going really well.
That's amazing. So with so many good like case studies, it sounds like you've got a diverse set of clients, diverse set of, happy customers. Um, do you feel like you have a couple of pain points that you specifically speak to that resonate with people, or is it that it's so diverse, it's really hard to nail down to like one or two pain points that you solve for?
Yeah, I mean, I think that overall, like the connectivity aspect is often a pain point for people. And then also having the ability to, use a powerful unified inbox where they can manage and control all communications to, like I said, guests, owners, to their cleaners and suppliers. Those are often things that we see people when they come, they're very relieved that we have those aspects. But then again, providing like a really nice direct booking website that'll help drive direct traffic for them. And then we also do provide the SEO service, which is interesting because not everyone does that. So that's another little benefit that we have. So essentially, we can kind of put it all in the box for them, and they don't really have to go to multiple vendors for some of these things. So yeah, but each case is a little bit different, right? Everybody comes with something unique. Maybe they're operating on Excel spreadsheets today, so we're going to make their entire life better once they move over. Or maybe they're connected to another system, but things are just not going well, or they're not getting good customer service, or whatever it might be. Our goal is to just hopefully help them out of that and make them happy.
Awesome. So do they have to use your website provider, or is it okay if they have a different website provider?
Yeah, great question as well. No, they do not have to use we build websites, but that's not a prerequisite at all. So if they have a website that they're happy with, that they love, we also do booking integrations for those. So they can work directly with our web team on that. The booking integration puts the booking search bar right on their homepage, as well as all the property data flows from Avantio over into their website. So it looks just like their website now has all of that functionality, and we helped do a little bit of that as well.
Amazing. So if somebody's listening to this and they want to learn more or get a demo, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can always reach out to me directly. And I guess my info might be in the notes or something, but Shaun, it's just smccorry at avantio.com. Happy to help them out that way. Or of course, they can just go to our website, submit a demo. And if they're not in the US or they're in a different area, then any demo requests go into our team. And we've got amazing people in all markets.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Shaun. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thanks. And I look forward to seeing you at the conferences.
Yeah, see you in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening. Cheers.